Good morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this morning news report right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin with this morning news report right now. Mike Pence says in New Hampshire stop he would consider testifying before January 6th committee. Pence delivers remarks at Politicals and Eggs event. Former Vice President Mike Pence indicated on Wednesday morning that he would consider testifying before the Select Committee to investigate the January 6th attack on the United States Capitol. Pence, who drew the ire of former President Donald Trump's supporters when he played a role in certifying the results of the 2020 election, which he and Trump lost, told a crowd at St. Anselm College that he would think about testifying if invited. If there was an invitation to participate, I'd consider it, Pence said. But you've heard me mention the Constitution a few times this morning. Through the Constitution, we have three co-equal branches of government, and any invasion that would be directed to me, I would have to reflect on that. It would be unprecedented in history for a vice president to be summoned to testify on Capitol Hill, Pence continued. But as I said, I don't want to prejudge if ever any formal invitation is referred to us. We'd give it due consideration. Pence was at St. Anselm College for the latest Politicals and Eggs breakfast, a high-profile event held periodically with top players in local and national politics. Typically, speakers can include future presidential candidates. St. Anselm College science professor Dr. Chris Jadiri was at the event and said the remarks were not designed as an applause line, but did have an attended audience. I think Pence is really trying to split the difference between Trump supporters' appeal to the folks who voted for Trump and Pence in 2016 and 20, but also present himself as a more mainstream Republican, Jaldiri said. Jaldiri said Pence, who spent the day crisscrossing the Granite State, gave himself the ability to navigate both sides of the equation as he considers a run in 2024. But Jadiri said it wouldn't be unprecedented for a vice president or former vice president to testify to a congressional committee. I also thought that part of his remarks was a bit odd because he's no longer a part of the executive branch. He's a private citizen, and Congress can subpoena private citizens, Jadiri said. He said it's happened before and points out other high-ranking administration officials like Bill Barr have already testified. So it could be kind of a freebie to say he'd be willing to talk to them because he knows that so far they haven't really expressed much of an interest in that, Jaderi said. For his part, the former vice president told WMUR political director in a one-on-one interview he thinks the American people can make their own judgment about what happened that day, and I think most Americans have. The professor said to keep in mind if Republicans recapture the House in November, which he said the odds favor at this point, the January 6th committee would be dissolved in January, eliminating the need for Pence to ever to have to consider testifying. Pence also spoke at the event in 2019 during Trump's re-election campaign. And that did it for this morning news report right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, everyone, and goodbye.